Dealers love saying an SUV is hot selling. Then they bury you in charges, and your resale turns uglier. Today, we count down 10 SUVs sitting stuck, discounted, and forgotten on dealer lots. We explain why they lag, which years are safer, and which quick checks stop damage and keep repairs cheaper. Stay close because number 1 is the biggest surprise. Number 10th, Audi SQ8. SQ8 lingers in real markets because it is niche performance SUV with payment that feels shocking, and most shoppers bail and buy a cheaper Q8 with the same look. We like it, but we respect the costly upkeep, because this is a fast SUV with real taxation on tires and brakes for most owners today. The engine is a 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8, and it feels powerful and stronger than anything near its size. Year choice matters because early current run builds can feel rougher, while later updates add quieter cabins and smarter screens, so daily comfort improves. Our sweet zone is the year that has the features you want without the newest sticker punish and pricier markups, because new money starts over $100,000. Used prices can drop hard, and that is the tempting part, but only if you budget the fast SUV penalty. We treat it like a sports car on stilts, because big wheels and curb kisses ruin alignment and eat tires. Check inner tread wear for damage, check wheel rash for impacts, and watch for a steering pull on a straight road. Brake gently at low speed, then firm, because a pulsing pedal can mean rotors are already cooked or warped. On rough pavement, listen for knocks, because a worn control arm makes the ride feel loose and unsafe. Ask about previous tire brands, because mismatched sets make ride noise feel worse and stranger. Verify service records, because skipped fluids turn small issues into expensive surprises down the road. If you want a 6-figure badge with cheaper entry and curious resale, the next one looks exotic too, but the risk is different. If these deals help you shop smarter, subscribe now. We expose slower sellers, spot hidden costs, and share quick checks so you avoid costly repairs and buy calmer today. Number 9th, Maserati Grecale. Grecale drifts on lots because the badge looks exotic, but buyers fear long-term costs, and dealers keep cutting harder than planned. The year split is critical because earlier, Grecale trims used a 2.0-liter turbo-mild hybrid 4-cylinder. But for 2026, the lineup drops the 4 and leans on a 3.0-liter twin-turbo V6. That change makes it quicker, yet the buyer pool stays small and riskier because the payment stays heavy and the resale fear stays loud. CarEdge shows Grecale among the slowest sellers with a high market day supply, and that is why discounts show up. New pricing still sits in the pricier zone, mid-$80,000 range before options, while used bargains can appear when dealers want it gone. Our unique angle is cooling timing and electronics, because exotic parts delays can turn a tiny leak into a bigger bill. Verify every screen, camera, keyless function, and seat motor, because one glitch can trigger warning lights and dealer visits. Cold start it and listen for rattling, because a rough idle plus a warning lamp is a walk-away sign. Look under for seepage and check coolant level. Then watch temps on a longer drive, because overheating is expensive damage. Ask for receipts, because cleaner records matter more than low miles on this platform. Also watch tire brand and wear, because these come with pricier rubber and uneven wear hints at alignment hits. Finally, do a slow parking lot loop, then a highway pull, because steering should feel stable and the ride should stay smooth, not floaty or harsh. If it stays smooth and quiet, you can grab an exotic vibe for cheaper money with less regrets. Next is mainstream and practical, but it still sits because three-row shoppers chase the popular picks. Number 8th, Mazda CX-90. CX-90 gets ignored because three-row shoppers stampede toward usual popular names, and anything newer feels risky, even when it is solid. The production split is simple. First model year examples can have small quirks, while later builds feel more sorted and refined. Engine choice is the hook, because you can get a 3.3 turbo inline, 6 mild hybrid with an 8-speed automatic, or a 2.5 plug-in hybrid with the same basic gearbox. The inline 6 feels stronger for highway merges, while the plug-in hybrid is for cheaper errands, but only if you actually charge it. New pricing starts around $40,000 and climbs with trims, so the loaded ones can feel expensive and pricier than rivals. Used deals show up when early depreciation can undercut a Highlander or Pilot, while still giving that rear drive balance. Our unique angle is ride feel, because the chassis is sensitive, and cheap tires can make it noisier and rougher. On the drive, listen for suspension clicks on broken pavement, because that kills confidence fast. Feel the shifts at light throttle, because smoother logic matters more than speed in daily traffic. Test every driver assist and camera, because sensor repairs get costly and annoying. Also, check the third row latch, because loose hardware can rattle and make the cabin feel cheaper and irritating on long trips today. Check for steering stickiness in the center, because that problem can feel scary in parking lots. Match tire brands, watch for alignment wear, and do a tight U-turn to catch vibration early. If you like this hidden value, the next one is electric, and it sits for reasons that have nothing to do with comfort. Number 7. Volkswagen ID4. ID4 piles up because electric shopping is payment math and comfort, and CarEdge shows massive market day supply. So dealers have to cut hard. The year split matters because earlier builds had rougher software, while later updates feel more stable and calmer. Powertrain choice is electric with single or dual motors, and that decision should match your weather and your traction needs. New pricing starts at $45,095 for a Pro, then climbs with trims, and incentives can swing the real deal. Used prices can drop fast enough to feel shocking, but range and charging habits decide whether it stays cheap. Our unique technical angle is tire health, because bad alignment and low tread can cut range, add noise, and make steering feel twitchy. Look for uneven wear and curb impacts, because bent wheels and hidden damage ruin ride quality. Drive it over sharp bumps and listen for knocks, because loose suspension parts are costly money pits. Plug it in and confirm charging is steady, because a flaky port becomes a nightmare fast. Ask about software updates, because one fix can make the cabin feel smoother and less glitchy. Verify a clean title, because a cheap listing can hide a past hit that messed up the sensors. If you want the bargain without panic, we buy the best year, not the newest badge, right? Next, we go deeper, where gasoline power returns, and buyers stay confused about what this SUV even is. If these deals help you shop smarter, subscribe. We flag riskier years, explain simple powertrains, and share quick checks so your wallet stays safer today. Number 6. BMW X2. BMW X2 is one of those crossovers dealers stare at because the styling splits buyers, and the price feels pricier than an X1 that looks safer. This newest generation, the 2024 and newer body, is roomier, and the screens feel cleaner, but it also adds costly details that make picky shoppers hesitate. The engine you're buying is a 2.0-liter turbo inline-4, paired with a 7-speed dual clutch, and it delivers a quicker, more reliable, efficient punch than you expect in this size. New money starts around the mid-$40,000 range, and packages push it higher fast at dealers. Used value is where it gets interesting, because depreciation can turn a lightly used one into a bargain, even when miles stay low. Older by 2 years, roughly 2018 through 2023, can be cheaper used, but the cabin feels tighter, and some trims ride harsher, so the deal depends on what you can live with. Our unique angle is run flat tires and wheels, because they look sharp, but they punish comfort, and they make curb damage a bigger problem. Check every wheel for bends and cracks, then look at the tire inner edges for alignment wear and strained steering, because that repair is not cheap. At parking lot speed, the dual clutch must feel smooth, not jerky or confused, and a harsh shudder is a warning. Test every camera, screen, and driver aid, because module faults turn painful and expensive. If this one feels too edgy, the next SUV is quieter, plush, and it gets skipped for a silly reason by shoppers who never test. Number 5. Buick Envision. Buick Envision sits because the badge's bias is loud, and shoppers pay pricier money for a CR-V just to feel safer. In real driving, this is a quieter, more comfortable compact SUV that does daily miles without drama when it is cared for. The year split is simple. The earlier look feels dated, while the later refreshed years feel cleaner, sharper, and easier to resell. The engine is a 2.0 turbo inline-4 with a 9-speed automatic, and it feels stronger and reliable as long as fluids are kept fresh. New pricing starts in the low $40,000 range, and discounts can pull it into the high 30s when dealers are hungry. Used value is the hook, because used listings average about $22,000 right now, and that gap can still be a bargain with good history. Our unique angle is that it is a sleeper SUV, and guys get furious when one test drive proves it should have been on their list first. We still do filters, because a quiet cabin can hide harder neglect. so we demand records before we get attached. Cold start it, listen for ticking, then watch for a stable idle and smooth off idle response. Check tire wear for alignment issues, feel the brakes for shudder, and tap over rough pavement for suspension clunks, because small noises become negotiation gold today. On the road, verify the 9-speed stays consistent and calm. Then sweep the screen, cameras, and buttons, because glitches turn costly and annoying fast. If you want an electric deal next, stay close, because the reason it sits is different and the payoff can be huge. Buyer Playbook. We do not chase the cheapest listing, we chase the cleaner story. First, we price day one needs, tires, brakes, fluids, and filters. Then we subtract that costly math from our offer. That keeps the payment and stops charges from stealing value. Next, we do a cold start, a long road test, and one rough road pass because suspension noise is the fastest warning sign. On the highway, it must track straight and feel stable, with no steering shake, no seat buzz, and no odd braking pulse. We avoid weird one-year powertrain swaps, and we demand proper records because shiny paint is not proof. Finally, we watch the seller, rush talk, excuses, and no receipts means walk away because the safest deal is the one we never buy ever. Subscribe if you want reliable deals without dealer noise and cleaner value today. We share proven years, prices, and quick checks so you buy calmer. Number 4. Hyundai Ioniq 5. Hyundai Ioniq 5 sits because electric shoppers are price sensitive and discount swings make people hesitate, even when the SUV is solid. For 2026, the starting sticker is about $36,600, so the value looks shocking compared to last year. Used listings average around the mid-$23,000 range, and that depreciation is why dealers keep cutting while buyers keep waiting. Year split matters. Early 2022 and 2023 builds can be fine, but we only buy with cleaner updates and proper history. Later years feel refined and smoother, with fewer software surprises and better cabin bits, so long ownership feels calmer. On the refreshed run, the battery and cabin updates feel better, and a rear wiper helps visibility when the weather turns nasty. Powertrain is fully electric, with single motor or dual motor trims, and we pick based on weather and traction, not bragging. Our unique angle is charging, because this model can charge quicker than most, but only if your local network is stronger. Also, check heat and fan modes, because climate faults cut range and make charging time feel longer. Before you buy, do a real charge session and confirm the car accepts power cleanly, because charging faults are uncommon but painful. Check tire edges for alignment, drift and range loss, and listen for suspension knocks over sharp bumps. Inspect the underbody for curb hits, because battery armor is critical. Then confirm updates and a clean title, since rebuilt papers are a hard pass. Next up is a family SUV that gets skipped for a strange reason, because its cooler siblings stole the spotlight. Number 3. Kia Sorento. Sorento sits because Telluride is hyped, trims look confusing, and buyers assume it is the backup choice without even driving it. Our win is buying the sorted years, because the refresh looks cleaner, feels quieter, and resale stays stronger when families shop used. Pre-refresh, 2021 through 2023 can be cheaper, but option mixes get messier, and some builds feel basic inside. Refreshed 2024 through 2026 feels more modern, the screens respond quicker, and the cabin feels less rental. Engine choice is the whole story, so we match it to miles and habits. The common gas setup is a 2.54 cylinder, and the hybrid is a 1.6 turbo hybrid for buyers who live in traffic and want smaller fuel bills. New pricing starts around $32,390, and dealers cut harder when they have oversupply, and shoppers chase the bigger sibling. Used value can be excellent, but only if you avoid family abuse and lazy maintenance. Our unique angle is third row truth, because it can seat 7, but cargo behind the third row is smaller than you expect, so test your real stuff. Check air conditioning strength because weak cooling is miserable and often signals neglect. Do a firm brake test, because a pulse can mean rotors and a costly first week. Look at tires for uneven wear, because alignment drift after curb hits is common. Against RAV4 and Honda CR-V money, Sorento feels bigger and quieter, and the discount is realer, but only when the engine is proven and records stay cleaner. Demand service receipts, because a clean report without records is still risky. Next is a massive luxury SUV, with a payment that scares people away every morning. Number 2. Jeep Grand Wagoneer.
Grand Wagoneer sits because the sticker is shocking, the payment is brutal, and most buyers either downsize or grab a used Escalade to feel safer. Year split matters because the older V8 era feels muscular and familiar, while the newer run moves to the Hurricane 6 for smoother power and better economy. For 2026, the standard engine is a 3.0 twin-turbo inline-6 with an 8-speed automatic, and it pulls harder without feeling strained. New pricing starts just under $65,000, then climbs quickly with long wheelbase and luxury packages, so incentives show up when inventory piles up. Used deals can look insane because depreciation can drop tens of thousands, but only buy with cleaner records and a full inspection. Our unique angle is air suspension and luxury tech, because it feels plush and rides smooth.
Yet one sensor can turn into a pricey headache. Cycle the suspension heights and watch the leveling speed, because slow behavior is a warning. Sweep every screen, camera, and driver assist, because this cabin has modules and glitches get annoying. Look underneath for leaks, because a heavy truck with a small drip can cause bigger damage. Confirm recall work and updates, because some fixes are dealer only and you want them finished. On the road, check braking confidence and straight tracking, because warped rotors and tired tires make this feel unsafe. Next is the cheap new SUV that sits everywhere, but the right year makes it a sneaky win. Before number 1, subscribe for realer deals, cleaner years, and simple checks. We hunt oversupply bargains, call out riskier trims, and keep your wallet safer.
Number 1. Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross. Eclipse Cross can be the biggest value because it is cheap new, overlooked on badges, and dealers discount when shoppers skip the brand. It sits because people chase the hot compact names, and Mitsubishi feels invisible online, so inventory lingers and the price gets friendlier. The engine is a 1.5-liter turbo 4-cylinder with a CVT, and that combo is fine when it is maintained, but it punishes neglect quickly. New pricing starts around $27,695, which is why it can undercut the popular crowd on a monthly payment. Used pricing is where you steal one, because clean examples can land in the mid-teens to low 20s, depending on miles and trim. Year split matters, because later builds feel quieter and more sorted inside, while early neglected ones can feel louder and rough on bumps. We target the years after the interior update because the screens feel modern and the safety bits are better. The unique angle is warranty comfort and simple daily life, because coverage can lower stress, but only if service was done on time. Here is the primary rule. CVT behavior is the truth test, so you do a longer drive, not a short lap. Roll into throttle slowly, then medium, then hold steady on the highway, and it must feel smooth, not shuddery or confused, because that is a warning. Ask for fluid history, because CVT fluid changes matter more on these than most sellers admit, and missing proof is negotiation power. Look at tires closely, because mismatched brands and odd wear can signal cheap maintenance and alignment hits. Do a cold start, listen for rattles, and watch idle for a stable rhythm, because rough idle plus a dirty filter means skipped basics. On broken pavement, listen for front clunks, because worn links make the ride loose and the steering nervous. Check every switch, camera, and screen, because small electronics fixes are annoying and you want them working before you buy. Now, the negotiation play when a model is sitting: ask for the out-the-door number early, then refuse add-ons like paint protection and junk alarms. Price day 1, service, tires, brakes, and fluids, and subtract that from your offer, because math beats pressure. If they will not let you test drive long enough, you walk away, because the cheapest SUV becomes the most expensive when the CVT is tired. Compare it to the hot sellers at the same price. Many of those are newer, but they are pricier, and dealers hold firm. This is where you stop chasing popularity and buy the quieter deal that keeps you calmer and leaves room in your budget for repairs you actually choose. Wrap recap. SQ8 is the speed bargain if you accept tires and brakes. Grecale is the exotic gamble that demands cleaner records. CX90 is the 3-row value for buyers who want stronger feel. ID4 and Ioniq 5 are the electric deals for drivers with solid charging. X2 is the sporty pick with costly wheels. Envision is the quieter comfort sleeper. Sorento is the family option with smarter trims. Grand Wagoneer is the luxury drop if you buy with proof. And Eclipse Cross is the cheaper new deal when you maintain it. Which one would you trust for 5 years, and what is your actual budget for a cleaner example? Click the next video on your screen. These slow sellers get discounted fast, and the clean ones vanish quicker. Subscribe for realer prices, smarter years, and fewer costly regrets.